Welcome to the Love Hub channel where we discuss love tips and advice for women. In this video, we're going to talk about 8 places to touch and kiss a man that will drive him wild. For topic requests and shoutout requests, please like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let's start the video. Tip number 1. Touch him below his belly button. When we say touch, we don't mean that you should touch him with your fingers, but with your tongue. Of all the places to touch a man to drive him crazy, the area below his belly button is one of the most sensitive ones. It will make him feel amazing as soon as you start kissing his chest and going down. He will be so excited and he will show you that and reciprocate. Tip number 1. Touch him below his belly button. Tip number 2. Focus on his thumb. Many women think that they should focus only on a guy's love parts to make him feel satisfied, but you should also know that there are other parts of his body that can also make him feel heavenly. Believe it or not, guys are very sensitive when it comes to their thumbs. So to make your man wild, try to suck on his thumb because that will give him an idea of sucking something else if you know what that means. It will drive him crazy and will make him very hot for you. And while you are doing it, he won't believe how excited you are making him. You should know that this is great foreplay, and when you warm him up like this, he will come in no time and be grateful and sweet to you after. Tip number 2. Focus on his thumb. Tip number 3. Don't forget his F-spot. This is the same as the G-spot with women, but the difference is that it is much easier to find the guy's F-spot. His F-spot is where the head of his penis connects to his shaft. You can stimulate it with your fingers, but guys prefer if you do it with your tongue. If you want to make your man go crazy about you, just give him a few gentle licks on that area and he will totally go over the edge. Tip number 3. Don't forget his F-spot and he will be so grateful to you for it. Tip number 4. Touch his ear and his earlobe. Touch his ears and play with them. Then whisper something in his ear, and while you are doing that, blow gently some warm air inside. This will probably give him the chills, and he will be ready for the next step and go crazy for you. After that, you can start licking his ears while you ask him what he wants to do with you right now. This will turn him on instantly, and the two of you will end up in bed in no time. And if you continue doing the good work with the rest of the parts of his body, he may want you in no time. Remember that guys like foreplay just as women do. So a good tip is to nibble on his earlobes and make him shiver by gently whispering on his ear. Tip number 4. Touch his ear and his earlobe. Tip number 5. Kiss him and suck the bottom of his lips. If you want to get rid of the routine in your relationship, you need to try some new things. Maybe you are into sucking your man's thumb or playing with his F-spot, but you may have forgotten to play with his lips. To make things more interesting, tease him to kiss you, and when he does that, don't let him kiss you immediately, but show him you want to play a bit. This will drive him wild. This refers to dirty playing. Suck his bottom lip and play with it with your tongue. But in all this process, make sure that you are the dominant one because that will turn him on even more. Show him that you are in control. Show him that you will control the pace of where you want this thing to go. Tip number 5. Kiss him passionately and suck the bottom of his lips. Tease him a little bit with a bit of kissing. Tip number 6. Touch his nipples. One of the best places to touch a man to drive him crazy is his nipples. Make sure that you do it gently because if you're too rough, it may hurt him and you won't reach your end goal. That's why you should touch his nipples gently until they are hard. And when you see that reaction, you may kiss and suck them gently while playing with your tongue. That will make him feel so excited, and he won't be able to wait to start making love to you. Tip number 6. Gently touch and arouse him with the use of his nipples. Tip number 7. Touch the inner part of his thighs. Many women don't focus on their men's inner thighs, but you should start doing this because you can take him to cloud 9 with only this one touch. It will also help build anticipation for what is to come. Start touching him gently, but don't neglect the other parts of his body as well. That will make him feel so good, and he will see that you're making some effort for him to make him happy. And while you are touching his thighs, he won't be able to wait for you to go up and touch other parts of his body as well. Don't be surprised if he reciprocates and starts touching you everywhere. Tip number 7. Don't forget to touch and tease the inner part of his thighs. He will want to drive you crazy as well when you do this to him. Don't forget that just like women, the sensitive parts of a woman's body is also sensitive to a man, just like his inner thighs, because it makes him think about what you want to do with the rest of his body. Tip number 8. Touch his forearms. Touch gently his hands and forearms with the pads of your fingers. If you're feeling wild and you want to spice things up, you can switch to lightly licking his hands, forearms, and inner wrist with the tip of your tongue. You may also add a few nibbles here and there. A lot of men would literally die from pleasure if someone did this to them. Also keep in mind that slow touch is the essential ingredient when it comes to creating sexual tension. In fact, one thing that you may even want to try is to blindfold him so that he doesn't know where you're going to touch or lick him next. Playing with his fingers and gently massaging his hands and forearms is both a romantic and powerful source of male pleasure. Tip number 8. Touch his forearms and his hands. Thank you for watching this video. If you have other suggestions on different ways that you can drive a man wild with your touch, please like this video and comment down below. And if you have topic requests and shoutout requests, please like this video. Subscribe to the Love Hub channel for more videos on driving men wild, and comment so that we can see what kind of videos you'd like us to put up next. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in future videos of the Love Hub channel.